Welcome to Athens, Georgia, Sanford Stadium, home to the Georgia Bulldogs, where more than 90,000 have already started to bark loudly. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration. Senior Day. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Yellow Jackets return team certainly didn't do the offense any favors there. There will be some clean, old-fashioned hate on display in this one, guys.
How cool is that, by the way? That's the name of the rivalry. When it comes up, clean, old-fashioned hate. You think they like each other? Absolutely not. Bragging.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. If there's ever been a position group that sort of identifies with the team's mascot, it would be the Bulldog mentality of this Georgia front.
Those hunkering down dogs up front, they got to hunker down and stop the run and be physical. And then guess what? It gets into passing situations. Now I'm quick. Now I'm on the edge. Now I'm making that quarterback's life a living you-know-what.
And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line.
Well, the defense has the opponent backed up in their own end, and they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback. You see the athleticism and the speed they have up front as they're able to notch that sack.
And the Yellow Jackets send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Bulldogs offense will have its first possession of the game. And they seem to believe that they can take big plays away and man coverage by just locking him up in this matchup, David.
And it's hard to lock down a great wide receiver, but a great defensive back versus a great wide receiver, we got a showdown.
Yeah, let's be honest, David. Most defenses don't have a dude like that at cornerback that could do that in a game like this. But this matchup is unique, and it's going to really determine the outcome of the game.
Finds a crease at the 20. He steps out of bounds after a huge play, but hang on just a second. Defense might get bailed out here by a flag. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. And now on second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Got his man downfield. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Georgia ready to dive it up on another first down. He wants to throw. He's got his man. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Aga trying to make this red zone trip pay off. Looking to throw on second down. It's complete on the right side. Tackled after picking up the first down.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
And the defense makes the tackle, but not before he gets down to the 2. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. And he gets nothing, and this defense is not giving an inch right on the goal line.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Handoff from the gun. He breaks a tackle. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. The Yellow Jackets want to crank the tempo. The Ramblin' Wreck and the Dogs have been fighting it out for a long time. No, people forget Georgia Tech is a charter member of the SEC. That was a long time ago. First meeting back in 1893.
Yeah, and reportedly they wanted to join the SEC later, and Georgia said no. Has a line devoted to Georgia in their...
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it.
And the defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football, and the impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose. Great job with the pass rush, and a better job forcing a turnover.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. The incompletion brings up a second down. The running back has it. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
And that is just an attitude run. Running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
They'll try the run. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Hold it, open.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. After the step off, now they have to deal with 1st and 15. The snap sets up the throw. Gets it out fast. They make the... Or he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Man, this guy has had an amazing year all season long. He has stepped up and made plays for his team when they needed it most. And with that last completion, he's now crossed 4,000 yards passing for the year.
He makes a grab, and he will score. Touchdown, Georgia. He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. From inside the 15, here's the return. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
At the 35, he's got room. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time. Oh, he wants it all. He's got it down the left. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play. And I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
On the option. He'll toss it. At the 20, he's got space. And he caught that pitch in stride and was off to the races. A big gain and a first down for this offense. Now from inside the red zone. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Dogs! And they take it in for 6 more points.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The Dogs getting a push in the middle and getting to the quarterback and just salivating to get at it.
And every year they find these dudes. They all look the same, just massive, big, strong, quick guys that don't like people, Reese Davis, that just love hitting people with aggressiveness. And just, it's so amazing that they find that. This defensive line game.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Taking it the other way. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the big fella. Oh, better check some ankles. He makes a move and gets down to the 24.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here in the game.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down. And I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping me.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. A very productive play on first down has now set us up for this 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably scored pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative.
And the defense gets to the quarterback.
And that guy is just a man. I mean, he sets the tone in this defense, and you saw it on that play right there. Reminds me a lot of the guy standing beside me, David Pollack. He really set the bar for great D-line play at Georgia.
Fires the pass, intercepted. Got some room to run. He's at the 10. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Now on 2nd and goal. They'll run it to the left, looking for the end zone. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Offense getting set for first down. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Zings it complete to the right. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. No one's been able to keep him off the quarterback. Career sack number 50.
Like, honestly, in today's college football, if you get 10 sacks in a season, that's considered a really good year. You might be an All-American. To go 50 in your career, David, I mean, nobody does that.
You're just a freak. I mean, your God-given ability to get off the football so fast and to be so relentless and to be so good with your hands, that dude is crafted and made to be a pass rusher.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Going to try to get it himself. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Power football with the run. They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line. The Dogs left no doubt about who is king of the Peach State the last time these two met.
Yeah, it was a beatdown. It wasn't close. And listen, Georgia's had a lot of wins in this series. Georgia Tech's going to need to find some confidence, some belief. Something needs to go good early because Georgia has owned the upper hand in this series.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out. But when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Got it! So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. Trying to punch it in. A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain. Second and goal coming up. They'll run it to the left, looking for the touchdown here. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
Well, this offense has been physical. They came out of this game with a lot of pride and the ability up front and the belief that they can block people and get it done. They are dominating this defense. 3 rushing touchdowns now in the game.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating Mike Go.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you've got to have 2 hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with Boston.
Touchdown, Dogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go downfield. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, and now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive.
And the quarterback is snowed under. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
Got him downfield. At the 45 on his way. He's loose. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Georgia Tech!
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going to the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
Georgia, 49, Georgia Tech.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. He'll start this drive firing. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really... a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact. It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Looking to move it through the air. Got his man quickly. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
Great job by the defense here rallying to this wide receiver and making the tackle. He is dangerous. They don't want to let this receiver get behind them, but they know that when he makes catches, they better rally quick. He is fast.
The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they got enough for the first down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone.
And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And it's nice to be the middle of the field safety. That's my responsibility. I own the middle. If you want to come across the middle, I'm going to hit you. If you want to throw it across the middle, I'm going to do a good job breaking on the...
And they got him for the sack. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Johnson wants to throw it. They're trying to get to it. And he... coming in, it burns him up. Another sack. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. After the filthy move, he's got room. Can anyone catch him? They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Illegal line in the back. Offense.
That is a tough one to take, to get an explosive play like that and have it wiped out by a penalty. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Yellow Jackets will kick it off to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Line gets set, first down. Trying to start the drive with a pass. On the run, still looking. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on 2nd down. The play action fake. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Wide open downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Trying to hit the sideline on the right. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get it. Be on 3rd down after that last run. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds the tight end. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. And the Dogs are marching down the field.
Defense is about learning the plays. 3rd down, what do they like to do? How do they do it? So far, the offense having a little bit of success, but the defense now, you got to figure out what they're doing.
You know, they say sometimes for quarterbacks, the hardest throws to make are when the guy's wide open. How do you miss that throw if you're the QB? Just put air on it. You can underthrow it by 10 yards. That receiver would have come back and fielded a punt.
And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Looking for room. It's Cornelius. They get him down. Tough run. Picks up 4. They'll mark it at the 19. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6.
42 Spider. 4-2.
From the gun, the ground game. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
They get him down after a 4-yard gain to the 6.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Now it's 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And the pummeling has started. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
And he's going to bring it out. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Leaves it with the running back. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. And this, my friend, is what you call advantageous field position. Starting the touchdown, Georgia. And the stomping has commenced. Things getting tough for the Jackets as the hairy dogs putting the bite into this one.
Georgia owning the Jackets, and they've owned this series, this rivalry, the hatred between the two. Right now, it's looking like that Governor's Cup going straight to the Dogs.
And the extra point was good. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
Johnson looking to throw. Close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Fighting off the defender. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. On the move. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
DB's locked up tight on the receivers. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. A third and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, it's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
At the 42, brings up second down.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They feed him again. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, it just seems like everything is working for the offense on this drive. Another. This time on the ground.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Johnson wants to throw it. Pressure coming. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. This offense has a 2nd down play. They'll try the left side. Running through contact. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big.
And they get the sack right out of the gate.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
They'll run play action. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. The Yellow Jackets line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense lining up for a first down play.
Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Toss sweep to the left. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On second down, he'll let it fly. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. A strike downfield. They bring him down. He's got a first down, but that might be the final play of the third quarter. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. First down to start the drive after the break. Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
The clock is my friend. If I can do this late in the ball game with a lead and I can continue to run the football.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! And the route is on. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can...
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
And this has been one of those days you want to forget. I mean, you're getting drugged. There's no other way to put it. It's been a bad day. I'm trying to put a drive together here, maybe to just get some kind of momentum, something positive, maybe something in the locker room we can talk about that didn't go.
It's really hard to win football games when you're one-dimensional offensively, and that's the case. They just have not been able to get anything going, throwing it deep down the field. They haven't won their one-on-one matchups. Quarterback has missed some throws, and as a result, in the fourth quarter, they barely have 100 yards passing, and that's why they're losing.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Fires and picked off. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. Oh, man, thought he had the interception, but the official rules gained too much of an advantage, so wave off the turnover, give up the yardage, it'll be first down. Looking to throw, it's Boone. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose.
At this point in the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here, because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
And sure, tackling there to keep them from getting to the first down marker. And the Yellow Jackets will try to pin them back with the punt. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Slips through the line. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make them miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, Davey. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. They're going to be in a world of hurt if they don't get this thing going forward here on 2nd down from the 13. He's looking to throw. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Open space at the 25. Afterburners coming. And after the huge scramble, he slides and gets down. Terrific run to get out of trouble.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
Back to throw, it's Boone. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. After the big first down sack, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Looking for more room. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake. Hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
I think Jesse and Bruce could call offensive plays for any team if they're having this much success on the ground. It starts with the ground game, right? Like, you can chew up these kind of plays, then I can play action later on and take shots, but right now, defense has first got to stop the run game that's been chewing them up.
And how good does that feel, right? You've got the lead in the 4th quarter. The defense knows you're going to try to run the ball to ice the game, and you rip off an 8-yard run. They know it's coming, and they still can't stop it.
And he's brought down after a nice game. He's got 50 yards on the ground, and that magical 1,000-yard mark is oh so close. And the Bulldogs are on the move. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's 1st down. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on.
Second down.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Wide out in motion. Give to the single back. They'll give him 4 on that one. It's 3rd and 6.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead.
Just plowing ahead. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. And they don't have to go for a touchdown here with this little time left and with the lead, but they might anyway. And they're going to score again, yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile in.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Georgia Tech 14.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Going up top on first down. Feeling some heat. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. Didn't make it any easier on themselves on first down. Now second and long from the 21. They're bringing heat. Quickly complete. Strikes the blow. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here.